Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 12, Catch 22. Maybe in another life, things could be the way we both desire. It's a catch 22. Cause even when you win, someone has to lose. And I wish I never met her. Oh. Y'all know that song by Carl Thomas, I Wish. So the title of the song, of the episode called Catch 22 just reminded me of that song. But yeah, anyway, it was kind of a boring episode, so this ain't gonna be a long 30-minute video. But the first couple I'm gonna talk, we're gonna start off on a bang though. I'm gonna talk Vanya and Božo. So Vanya, as we know, is in Croatia, right? And Božo done basically friend zone her, basically. They decide to like meet up with like some of Božo's friends, they go to this restaurant to meet up and Vanya tells her friends that Božo has basically friends under me. He said that he doesn't feel a romantic connection and like he wants to see where it goes and stuff, but it's I'm only here for 3 weeks, so what to do and stuff and everything. And the friends were actually pretty much on her side, because they were telling Božo that you don't need to be treating her this way. You need to basically be truthful to her and everything. So there was a conversation about the ex. Remember at the beginning when we first met Vanya and Božo? Božo had a girl and then it didn't work out, so he got back with Vanya and everything. And they asked him, like, are you still like in contact with that girl? Do you still love your ex-girlfriend or whatever? And he said no. He said no, that, I guess she has a new boyfriend and he doesn't want nothing to do with her. And Vanya asked him, well, who cut it off? And he said that she did, but I have no feelings for her or whatever. And Vanya's like, okay. But he's still like being like really like nonchalant and quiet about it, and so she just feels like he's hiding something again. So it just led to another big debate and stuff and everything, and ultimately she was getting really frustrated. He told Vanya that you do like to rush things, and you know what, I see that Vanya is like a little bit rushing things, but you came all this way. We seen Vanya also talk to like one of her family members on the video chat about like what's happening in Croatia since she's been there and stuff and everything. And her sister or whatever is just like really taking it back from it. So like I do think Vanya is like rushing things, but at the same time, I don't know what their conversations were in their early chats or whatever, but Božo is playing her. And so basically, Božo had plans for her to meet his mom the next day. And he just flat out told Vanya, he was like, you know what? You need to spend some time here alone. I'm going to put meeting my mom on hold, and you need to spend some time on your own. And she was just like, well, what the heck? And just basically got up and left. And his friends were like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? You are in the wrong here for us. And he is like, why would you? This woman came all the way from America to Croatia, and you're just going to be like, oh, you need to spend some time alone and everything, because I don't want to have to keep arguing about this and all that. Like, he is not into her. Božo is clearly not into Vanya. Clearly. So we'll see how that plays out next week. But yeah, that was ridiculous. So that was Vanya and Božo. Next couple I want to talk is Lauren and Faith. So it's been a while since we've seen them. Now they're in the Philippines, and they're on their way to meet Faith's family and stuff. And remember, they're only going just as friends and stuff and everything. So they get to where they need to get to, and they meet the family. Like they have a Faith has a real beautiful family, and I actually didn't know this until this episode, but she does have a sister that's also trans as well, and everything. They all meet and everything, and they call Lauren Guapo or whatever, and that means handsome. No, but okay, and so they feed him, and clearly Lauren doesn't have any table manners. Like, he was just like, when they sat down at this table and started eating and stuff, he was just like walking, just like eating like a pig, basically, having just basically no table manners. I'm telling you, he gives me Cal Gordy vibes. Remember that dude, that crazy dude from Love in Paradise last season? That's what this dude reminds me of. He gives me Cal Gordy vibes. And so they started having a long conversation about, like, marriage and stuff. Like, does he really love Faith and everything? He was telling them, like, he does love Faith and ultimately wants to lead to marriage or whatever and everything. And, it's, they explained to, Lauren and Faith explained to the family how Lauren really just likes trans women. He doesn't like straight women, and he's not gay. He just likes trans women stuff. So it was a nice heartfelt conversation. It was cool to see the mom, because Faith had told us so much about the mom and their struggles growing up and everything. So I just think that it was just nice to see the whole family come together. So later, Faith decides to go and have like a little like girls' time out with her sisters and everything. And Lawrence is by himself. He told her, go spend some time with your family by yourself. The producers that told Lauren, she's gonna be saying a lot to her sisters and stuff and whatever. And he's like, yeah, I know. She's gonna bring up the fact that I had gonorrhea and uncheated. But our whole relationship basically relies basically on how her family accepts me or not. So Faith does tell her family that he had gonorrhea and that he was like sleeping with other people like in the early stages of the relationship, and thought it was okay. And they were taken aback on it, but it's kind of hard. Faith had told them, like, that's why we're just friends, and that he has to earn my trust. That's what she said. But Faith, like, sisters or whatever, it's like, listen, we are trans, and it's very hard for us to date in general, because like, she said that not too many guys want to be with a trans woman and everything, and this Lauren guy wants to. So, like, as disgusting as that was, like, hear him out, basically, because he probably really does love you and stuff and everything. Wrong. Wrong. But I mean, that's just my opinion, but wrong. So, I mean, we'll see how that plays out. But judging by the previews of next week, though, he talking about like wanting to marry her mother for citizenship. Ugh, dang, No, I would like to see more. I can't wait to see more of that conversation next week. So, yeah, it was a nice little family moment, but yeah, Lauren's crazy. But anyway, that was Lauren and Faith. Next couple I want to talk is Brian and Ingrid. So it's been a while since we've seen them as well. So last time we seen Brian and Ingrid, Ingrid's mother came over and she was rude to Brian and everything, and Brian was a little taken back. This episode, they're going to another city for vacation again. He had like a gift. He got another gift for Ingrid's son and everything. And Ingrid's son calls Brian uncle. Doesn't call him stepdaddy or daddy or whatever. He calls him uncle, which is pretty interesting. But so they fly out to I forget what the city's name is, but so they fly out there, and they decide to sleep in get separate hotels or separate rooms or whatever. And because Ingrid is still like not comfortable around him, which clearly I understand. And so the next day they decided to do some like nice like activities outside by the beach and stuff and everything and whatever. And they have a conversation, about basically their future. Ingrid is actually, Brian wants to ultimately marry Ingrid and everything, but Ingrid told him like, I'm not gonna be your mother and I'm not gonna be your maid, basically. Brian was a little bit taken back. He's like, I understand that like people don't want to be like my caregiver like that, but given the situation, like, it's gonna be like really like whoever gets with me has to really accept it, basically, and all that. Plus, Brian is revealing that he has another secret that he's going to tell Ingrid, and we'll find out next week. But that secret basically is that he's been married 4 times before, and everything. So Ingrid really doesn't see herself with Brian. She's just going along for this ride. She's enjoying his company right now, from what I'm noticing, but she's not really into him because he is older and everything. He is a little creepy. I'm sorry that he's in the wheelchair and what happened, but you know, Brian is just like trying to manipulate anybody and make everybody want to feel bad for him. Like I said, I'm sorry of what happened to him that caused him to be in a wheelchair, but your actions come with consequences, buddy. So, and it's just like, you know, it's just a little weird. So I ain't gonna spend too much time on them. So moving on. Next couple I want to talk is Joe and Magda, the new couple. Now I like them. I like them so far. I mean, Joe's a little weird too. So remember what happened last week? Last week we left off with Joe having that conversation with Magda on the phone, saying that when Magda said that they're not going to be intimate on this trip, he got a little depressed. And then the next morning, a couple hours before his flight, production's calling and banging on his door, and he's not answering. Well, in this episode, it's the continuation of that. Come to find out, it was nothing. He just overslept. He finally picked up the phone and said, hey, he was like, oh, shoot, I overslept, and I'm not even packed. So Joe had to rush to pack, rush out to the airport. Then he forgot his freaking passport on his counter, so he had to turn around, go get his passport, and get to the airport on time. He just made it to the airport and on his plane on time. Just made it. Like he called Magda, and she told her that he overslept and everything, and she was a little upset with him. She was like, "Why did you oversleep when you were on your way to come meet me and stuff?" He's like, "I know." So we met Magda fully for the first time in this episode. She's a volleyball player. She used to be a corrections officer and stuff and everything. She has this like emotional support dog. She claims that her ex-boyfriend cheated on her, and her dog like bit his private area and stuff and everything. Like I said, she likes to play volleyball. She talked about her and Joe's like relationship and everything, and she wants to take this serious. So Joe arrives in Poland because that's where Magda's from. And he arrives in Poland. They meet. Him and Magda meet for the first time. They had their airport moment. Everything. It was really beautiful and stuff. I'm pulling for them. Because. Yeah, but Magda still has on her mind that Joe was somebody like on the beginning stages of the relationship. So I'm curious to see how this relationship progresses. I can't wait to see their story. Joe better Magda ain't playing, but she really wants to come to America, and I appreciate her honesty and everything. I just hope she goes about it the right way and everything. But it does seem like she's in this relationship for for the good and not evil. So I'm curious to see how their story continues. So, but one story I hope, and I keep saying this every week, but I hope this is the last we see of this. Renee and Chidi. Oh my God. So Renee finally packs up and leaves Nigeria and flies back home to New Mexico. Thank God. She is still blaming everything on Chidi, thinking about Chidi. Chidi didn't love me. Chidi brought me all the way up here just to argue with me, blah blah blah. She has not said sorry for any of her actions. She's the, oh, Chidi's gonna come back and run to me, I just know it, and everything. No, he ain't. Like they talked about what happened last week when he arrived at the hotel to discuss things, and Victoria was there and all that, and Chidi was really upset about like Renee leaving, but he just felt like it's the best decision. And his sister Victoria said, don't go after Renee again. Just don't. So Renee flies back to New Mexico. She's greeted by her family and everything. And I just hope that is the last we see of Renee. Please, I think this is it. I think this is it. Joe and Magda can get more scenes now because I think Renee and Chidi are finally done. Like they're not going to be able to tell all. This is the last that we see Renee. Last that we see Renee. Hopefully. So yeah, that was Renee and Chidi. And the last couple I want to talk is freaking Sunny and Vea. Now, if they ain't careful, we're gonna not see them here shortly too. So they're Sunny and Vea. They had a nice little like rendezvous last week and everything. They woke up, they were intimate and everything. And, Vea, just being the weird girl that she is, she's like, oh, since we're been intimate and everything, would you like to meet Rory, my ex? I just don't get it. Why do people do that? Why do people do that? Surprisingly, Sonny agreed to it. He's not thrilled about it. I'm surprised that he agreed to it. Maybe now this is one of the rare times where I'll say probably this is probably produced. I think production probably egged this situation on for drama and everything. But so we go to Rory's hotel. He's playing pool and everything, and here comes Sonny and Vea. They shake hands, they play a quick game of pool, and then they just basically, Sonny just let him have it. He was like, so, like, obviously, like, we've had some problems. And Rory, at first, he was humble at first. He's like, if I caused any problems, I'm sorry. Vea's she can't travel alone and everything. She doesn't know what she's doing. That's why, basically, I'm here. I put my life on hold for Vea to come see you. And, Sonny's like, I get that, but, in my culture, like, like, we can't be friends with our exes like this and everything. And then it just turned into like a big shouting match. He's like, you have a problem and everything, and that's the problem is you or whatever. And Sonny's like, I don't have a problem. Do you think I'm excited to see you? And Rory's just like, no, because you're just some guy she met on the internet. And so Sonny told Vea, like, are you going to send him home or whatever? And everything. Sonny said, I will go home if she tells me to or whatever. And Vea's just like, I'm not sending Rory home. I'm not sending him home or whatever. Well, of course you ain't and everything. And then, like, they're still going back and forth. And, Vea tells Rory, you don't have to call him names, Sonny, and everything. And Sonny's just like, you need to make a decision. It's basically him or me. And she's just like, I'm not sending Rory home. So Sonny storms off again, just saying, F this, I'm done with you and everything. Once again, Vea being a big baby goes after and chases him and everything. But I'm just like, Vea, like, yeah. You did this on your own. Like you did this on your own. Like, I just don't understand her. Like, I mean, I get what happened to her in her past, and I'm sorry for what she had to go through. But come on, you can't be this stupid in the head. Come on now, like for real. I understand Roy's your best friend, but This is weird. This she does not understand how weird it is. Like, and it's disrespectful at its finest. Like, nobody understands the disrespect that this is. Like, she doesn't really understand this. I just don't get it. I don't get her at all. So it's just gonna, I think, like, by the previous of next week, like, Sonny's gonna give Vea an ultimatum. I would have been done with Vea. I would have been done. I just like, go, just be with your ex, like, or, because clearly you're not gonna have a, it's Tim or Veronica 2.0 basically. Any relationship that they get, like, it's just gonna be affected by that, you know. So, and they think that's so normal because they're best friends. They think it's so normal and everything, and it's so cool, and it's really not. So, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, that's all the couples. We did not see my favorite couple, Niles and Matilda, in this episode. But also we didn't see Tiger Lily and Adnan, thank God. So it's a nice break from Tiger Lily and Adnan this week. So, but yeah, we should see Niles and Matilda back next week and everything. And I think we're finally going to be done with Renee and Chidi and everything. So that's it. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Tell all. We got tomorrow night's finally the tell all. I can't wait to cover the tell all with you guys. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.